loan given to the Oman unit. So the number you're giving me for the listed JSPL entity, net debt, 29,000 crore, is net of this?
It is net of this.
Okay. All right. Well, the other question I wanted to ask you is, how are you looking at EBITDA this, at least for this quarter and next? It looks like metal prices are on the side of the metal producers. There is an upswing. Are you expecting better margins this quarter and next?
You see, there are two questions. One is what happened to quarter one and the quarter number two, that is starting from today.
Yes.
Quarter one, during COVID, we done wonderfully well. As I told you, we could produce about 1.7 million ton production, and which is again a record production in the history of JSPL in any quarter. And this was a big challenge how to continue the plant. So finally, we have succeeded in running the plant very well. And in the last 100 days, we could export more than 10 lakh ton of material. That is a million ton, which is a very good number. And we could maintain a bit of about 8,000 rupees per ton. And in times to come, I think we will be positioned to bring it up to about 9,000 or maybe 9,500 rupees a ton. So we protect our EBITDA in quarter one, quarter two, and subsequent quarters. Hopefully, from quarter three and quarter four, the EBITDA level will increase because by that time the domestic market will be in full swing. So, barring these small hiccups today in quarter one and quarter two, the things are getting normal very fast.
Okay. I just want to know, the entire stake, promoter stake at the moment in JSPL is how much? 60%?
Yeah, it's more than 60%.
60 and a half, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And Templar Investments holds, is some of this held through Templar Investments?
The Templar Investment is a promoter's company.
Okay.
That is in Mauritius.
Okay.
So there were about 7 bids we got.
Okay.
ENY and Alpen Investments Dubai. They were hired for this particular service, and then finally they shortlisted 3 potential buyers, and out of 3, the highest bidder was Templar, and that's why the deal has been done with Templar, subject to approval of lenders in Oman.
Okay. In the past, you have tried to do several divestment transactions with related parties, but they have not really worked. So I was going through a brokerage report where they indicated that they're quite skeptical this time around as well, that perhaps the deal may not go through because of the past record. You want to comment on that?
Actually, we never try to do anything with the related parties. If you see the overseas, any of the assets to any of the related parties or the companies held by promoters' family, those were never done. This is the first time that such a deal has been done, and on the merits, basically, the Templar had been a successful and highest bidder. Now we are meeting with the lenders there, because finally all liabilities and assets will be going to Templar. So we are confident that the local lenders, local banks, they will support us, because there is no bank guarantee, or there is no warranties or no assurance from the Indian banks to Oman. And the Oman assets are under the first charge of Omanese banks and Omanese lenders. So it should be a very smooth transaction, what we feel, because there is no other lien, and they have the first charge of the entire plant. So as it is today, so it will be tomorrow in a similar way. So the holding, it changed from JSPL to Templar.
Okay, got that.
And in return, JSPL balance sheet becomes better, much better.
Okay, got that, sir. Now that we have you with us, if you can quickly tell us about the power unit as well. What is the capacity utilization at your power plants, and what are the overdues? How is the EBITDA working there?
Yeah, we are running out of 6 units. We are running 3 units, and put together 2 units of 550 megawatt each and 1 unit of 250 megawatt each. The utilization is pretty good. It is now 85% plus. We are selling power to grid as well as to exchange, and our long-time customers are Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So everything is going very well. Payments are being received on time, as quoted by Government of India.
Okay.
And there is a reduction in overall receivables. And as I told you earlier, that in this quarter we have only received about 300 crores, and finally in the quarter 2, that is July to September, I think another 300 or 350 crores will come from the outstanding.
Okay. Just one more data point. You said that because of Oman, your interest outgo will fall by 1,000 crore for this year. Can you tell us how much revenue will fall?
You see, there is no fall of revenue visibly because...
Okay, all right, not revenue, EBITDA.
Yeah, EBITDA also, there won't be any effect on our EBITDA because it was a standalone plant, if you see, in Oman.
Okay.
So it was not adding to the additional EBITDA. Almost EBITDA was same.
Okay.
Part and EBITDA will not be compared.
Okay.
Okay. I just had one follow-up question to the earlier point you were making about how you've never done any related party transaction before, divestment, but you did do the transaction between JSW Energy to buy JPL assets, right, which didn't happen. So I guess that's where the skepticism comes from, that this time around as well, the divestment may just not go through. Your comments?
Actually, JPL and JSPL and JSW, yes, there was a deal for the power plant. But finally, there was a comeback of JPL in terms of availability of coal and in terms of saving power. So earlier, we were thinking that maybe we will not be in a position to sustain, and that's why this particular deal was signed with JSW. Finally, in between the family, it was decided, since it is now self-reliant, power sector is coming up and coal sector is opening, so there was no need to change hands. So that was a very strategic decision taken by JSW and JPL.
If you tell us when is the deadline when the money will come from for the Oman asset?
There is a ECN, we are expecting shareholders approval, and then clearance from NOC from lenders in Oman.
So this quarter?
I think the whole process may take about a month time.
Okay, so we should get the money in July, you're saying?
The complete deal should be matured by end of July or the early of August.
All right. Okay, just one final number. I think in May you all reported a 28% rise in sales, steel sales. What was June?
It is more than that. In the month of May, we did again a good production, good sales. This month also we done our highest production and sale. It is more than 650,000 tons.
Okay.
And coming out, because today only we have opened the new month and new quarter.
Right.
I think within the next 4 days' time, we'll be in a position to publish the data.
All right, sir. We'll await that number. Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma, for joining us with a wealth of details on this transaction that you say is going to be a done deal by the end of this month. That's the word from JSPL. Stock at the moment shedding some of the gains that it got yesterday. We take a break on that note, but we're going to stick with corporate analysis, results analysis actually. We'll be joined by NH Bhansali of Emami for the fine print on their earnings.